Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen amma ba'd fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear Islamic brothers and sisters, my name is Muhammad Hashir and I am the developer of this app Tayseerul Faraiz. So today I am here to explain you how you can use this app to solve any problem related to Munaaskha. And Alhamdulillah Azawajal, there is no restriction on the number of butuns you can enter on this app. So, which means you can solve a 2 button Munaaskha, 4 button Munaaskha, 8, 10, any number of butun Munaaskha, okay? There is no restriction on that. So, let's dive into it and I will explain you how you can solve that. So, here is a masail for you and this is a 4 button Munaaskha. Please go through this masail, see what is this masail talking about, whose wealth are we trying to distribute, who are going to be the heirs and what are the blood relations. Because if you don't understand this masail right now, it will be hard for you to follow what I will be explaining further in the video, right? So take your time, pause the video, understand this, take a pen and paper, draw the relations and then come back. Yeah, so first let us understand this masail, because we will be solving this masail only in our app also. So before going to the app, first I will show you the procedure on the way how you need to enter in the app here, and then we will go to the app also and show you the demo, inshallah. So what is the masail? In 1985, Zaid married Amina, with whom he had 2 daughters, Fatima and Zainab. 5 years later, Zaid married a second wife, Khalida, who was previously divorced and had 2 sons from her first marriage. So after that, with Zaid, Khalida had 2 daughters, Rahmat and Rahima. Then Zaid passed away in 2005. At the time of his death, apart from the heirs mentioned above, his mother was also present. So if you have read the masail properly, you will realize that up till here, the masail is talking about only Zaid. And this is button 1 of Zaid, right? So, and they're telling who are the waris of Zaid. That is, he has 2 wives, Amina and Khalida. He has 4 daughters, 2 from Amina, Fatima and Zainab, 2 from Khalida, Rahmat and Rahima. Apart from that, he also has his mother. So once you understand who are the waris in the masail or who are the waris of a button, you need to come to this page in Munaaskha. Munaaskha will open this page for you. Here it gives you the list of all waris who are present in a button. So if you notice from father up till husband here, okay, you will notice that these are all the heirs that are possible in a button. As of now, ignore this other and decreased. I will explain the use case later in the video. As of now, look at this list. There is father, paternal grandfather, maternal half brothers, so on up till husband. These are the possible waris in a button. Okay. Apart from this, if anyone else is remaining, they will not be a waris of any person who has died, and hence you will not enter those. Okay. You will only enter someone who is alive from this list. So if you see Zaid's button who is present, he has two wives, right? So if you want to enter 2 wives, what you need to do is you need to search where wife is. Wife is over here. Since he has 2 wives, you'll have to press 2 times. So if you press once, the app will show something like this, wife. And if you press once again, it will show wife again. Something like that. And then he has 4 daughters, right? So you need to search where is daughter. Okay, so go through the list. Daughter is over here. You'll have to click it 4 times. If you click once, it will show something like this, daughter. And so on. You need to enter all the waris in that button. Okay. Once you have entered all the waris in that button, it will show you something like this. This is button number 1 of Zaid. Okay. His waris is he is having mother, wife, daughter, another wife, 3rd daughter, 4th daughter. Now, how to interpret this? What does this actually mean? What is this? Who is his mother? You need to remember these relations. Who is his mother? She's Zaid's mother. So at button number 1, at position 1, the mother is actually Zaid's mother. Who is his wife? This can be Amina. You can take anyone. Amina or Khalida. Let me take Amina. Then for simplicity, let's assume this is Amina's and Zaid's first daughter, Fatima. Okay. This is their second daughter, Zainab. His second wife is then Khalida. And this is Zaid's and Khalida's first daughter, Rahmat. And their second daughter is Rahim. So you need to interpret this relation and remember these relations. Okay, that Zaid's second position in button number 1 is Zaid's first wife Amina. In button number 1, third position, Zaid's and Amina's first daughter is Fatima. So you need to remember this relation. Hence, it's better if you write these relations in a paper. Okay. What about this? Khalida, who was previously divorced and had 2 sons from her first marriage. What about these 2 sons? Why are they not entered here? Because this button 1 is of Zaid and Khalida's previous husband's 2 sons is actually Zaid's stepson. And stepson are not a waris for Zaid. They will not be included in the list of Wurusa. Why? Because there is no blood relation between Zaid and his stepsons. So when there is no blood relation, they cannot become a waris itself. So whenever you are entering the waris in a button, you will every time ignore other, deceased, everything. Just go to this list. If that person, if that relation is in this list, they can become a waris and you will enter them. Notice here stepson is not given, stepmother is not given, right? Because they don't become a waris. So you will not enter them. Only if they are present in this list, do enter them. Hence, we have not included stepsons here because they are not becoming a waris. So once you complete button 1 like this, you will click enter. Okay. When you click enter in the app, this page will open or this part of the app will open. Now, before coming to this part, let us see who died after Zaid. So later in 2008, Fatima passed away. She had no children and was survived only by her husband. So this is button number 2 talking about Fatima. Fatima is Zaid's and Amina's first daughter. So where is Fatima? Go to button number 1 at position 3. This is Fatima and she has died now. She has died now, right? So button 2 will be of Fatima. So what is this? What do you have to enter here? Enter the button number in which the next deceased appears first. What does that mean? Out of all the buttons that you have entered up till now, okay, right now you have entered only button number 1. Go to those buttons from top to bottom. So you'll go from button number 1 till all to button number 2 to button number 3 to successive buttons from top to bottom. Okay, right now you have entered only button number 1. So you'll go to button number 1 and see if in button number 1, Fatima who has died is present in that button. Is she a waris in that button? So yes, she is a waris. She is Zaid's daughter. So since the very first button from the top is button number 1 where you have found Fatima, you will enter 1 here. Now what is the next part asking? Enter the position of the deceased in the button number entered above. What it means is whatever button number you entered here, go to that button. So you'll come to button number 1. In button number 1, see at which position is Fatima there in. She is there here in position number 3. So you will enter 3. Once you're done with this, click on this next button. Now notice what you will see in app is you will see that this button number 1 of Zaid is already entered. You have already entered this mother, wife, daughter, daughter, wife, daughter, daughter. This is already entered. Now button number 2 is what you have to enter and this is of Fatima who is Zaid's and Amina's first daughter. Right? Now you need to pay attention. Okay. How will you enter button number 2? Fatima's button. Who are the heirs of Fatima? In the masail, you may be given her heirs are so and so and so, but you will not enter them randomly like how we entered in button number 1. There is a specific order you need to follow. Only if you follow this order, you will be getting correct answer, or else the app is bound to give you wrong answers. Okay. So what is this order you need to follow? So what you need to go is go to button number 1 first. From the top again, you need to follow from the topmost button. So go to button number 1 and see all the hairs or the vurusa of that button number 1, and you need to form blood relation of those hairs with Fatima. Right now we are in button number 2 of Fatima, so you need to form blood relations with Fatima. So what I mean is, go to button number 1. First is Zaid's mother. What is she to Fatima? What is her blood relation? She's paternal grandmother. So in app you will have this option. You will need to say where is maternal grandmother. It is she's paternal grandmother. So paternal grandmother is over here. So you will enter that, click on that once, and app will show you at position number 1 of button 2, paternal grandmother is pressed. Okay. Then what is Zaid's first wife? Amina. This was Amina, right? This wife. Notice she was Amina. So you need to remember who they were. At second position was Amina. Amina is basically Fatima's mother. So you will click on mother. This is position number 2. Then third one was Fatima itself, right? Who has died right now. So this app now has given you this option called deceased. So whenever a person dies, you have to click on deceased itself. So you'll click on deceased. So third position of button number 2 is entered. So three of them are entered in button number 2. Now go to button 1 again, remaining. Fatima's sister Zainab is her sister, so you'll enter sister. Then Zaid's second wife Khalida. Is she going to be a heir for Fatima? No. Will Zaid's second wife Khalida be a heir for Fatima? You can look at this list. Will she form any of these relations? No. So if they don't form a heir, then use this option called other. This other is used only while forming blood relation, not while entering varis in a button. Only for blood relations, this other and deceased is used. So if they don't form a varis while forming blood relations, please enter other. So you entered other here. Then Khalida's and Zaid's first daughter here is Fatima's paternal half sister. So you'll enter paternal half sister. That option is here. Paternal half sister. Here. Okay. You'll enter here. And similarly, the second daughter is also paternal half sister. So you need to go in this order itself. Okay. So when you go in this order itself, in button number 2, 7 positions are already filled, and also an advantage that happened was some of the varis of Fatima are already entered here, like paternal grandmother, mother, sister, and 2 paternal half sister. So if they're given in the masal that these are the varis of Fatima, you have already entered these many varis, so you don't need to re-enter them. These 7 positions are to be formed only in that order by forming the blood relation with the top buttons, the previously entered buttons. You have to go in that order itself. Don't mess up this order, otherwise app is bound to give you wrong answer. Apart from this 7 position, whoever varis is present or whichever hair is present for Fatima, apart from this now, if any hair is left, you need to enter those. So in the Masail, it was told that Fatima had no children and she had a husband. Now, is husband a varis? Yeah, you can see husband is over here. So you'll click husband. So at 8th position, you'll have husband. Notice whenever you enter this extra remaining varis also, you will never enter other. You will never enter other or deceased. They are used only while forming blood relations. Okay. Whenever you are entering varis in a button, you will never enter other. Okay. So she only had her husband and no one else. And this is button number 2. 8 positions in button number 2. This is also completed. 2 buttons are completed. Now when you click enter in app, you'll again come to this. So who died next? After Fatima, Rahmat passed away. This much is button number 3 about Rahmat. Who was Rahmat? Zaid's and Khalida's first daughter. Here. She was Zaid's and Khalida's first daughter. So what are the previously entered buttons now? Button 1 and 2 you have entered. What you'll need to do is, what do you need to enter over here? You'll see whatever buttons are entered. App will show you button 1 and 2 is entered. Go from the topmost to the bottom. Okay. First you'll come to button number 1 here. See if Rahmat is a varis or in that button, which means is she present in that button? Yes, she was at 6th position, right? She was at 6th position. So since from the topmost as you came down, you already found her in button number 1, you need not go to button number 2, you can stop here. Okay, or you can also see that in button number 2, if you see that she is at this position, just go top, and if she is also there in previous button, which means she's still there in the top buttons, right? So keep going to the top until you go to the topmost button. So the topmost button she's found is at button number 1, so you'll enter 1 here. Now you need to go to button number 1 and enter at which position is she in. So you'll go to button number 1. She is here at position number 6. So you'll enter 6 here and click on next. Okay. Now these two buttons are already entered in your app. Your app will actually show these two buttons. This is of Zaid. This was of Fatima. And the same procedure needs to be followed now. There is nothing else. That's all you need to do in app. Form the proper blood relations. Now again, this is of Rahmat, button number 3. What will you do now? You will start going in that order itself. The order is important. So you will start from button number 1, which is of Zaid. You will take all the waris of Zaid from left to right in that order and form blood relations. So Zaid's mother is paternal grandmother to Rahmat. So enter that. Zaid's first wife is going to be other to Rahmat. Enter other. Zaid's first daughter Fatima has died. Okay, since she has died, you will enter deceased itself. There's nothing else to enter. Okay, Zaid's button number 4 at 4th position. She is Zainab, who will be paternal half sister here. Zaid's second wife Khalida for Rahmat, she is her mother. Then this is Rahmat itself at 6th position. She just died, so you'll enter deceased. And this is her sister, so you'll enter sister. Like this, you completed forming blood relation in that particular order itself from button number 1. Which means now you'll come to button number 2 and skip the first 7 positions because these are already formed. These relations are already formed here, right? Skip this, start from 8th one now because first 7 are completed. Start from 8th one. Who is left? Fatima's husband. What is Fatima's husband to Rahmat? What is Fatima's husband's blood relation with Rahmat? Is he going to be a waris? That relation which will be formed, will he become a waris for Rahmat? No. So you'll enter other. If he formed a relation such that he would become a waris, you would enter that relation here. Like this, you finish forming relation with button number 2 also. So in this way, first 8 positions of button number 3 are entered in your app now. Apart from this, are there any waris left for Rahmat? Notice Khalida had 2 sons from her first marriage, which means they are maternal half brothers for Rahmat. So you'll enter maternal half brother at 9th and 10th position since there were 2 of them. Apart from that, she doesn't have any extra waris. So this is button number 3 complete. Okay, button number 3 has 10 positions. Now why were these not included in first button? Because they were stepsons for Zaid, and stepsons don't be considered as waris. So they were not entered here. But in third button, they were seen as maternal half brothers. Maternal half brothers become waris. So those 2 sons from Khalida are seen for the first time in button number 3 for that reason. Click on enter. 3 buttons are complete. Next, who died was Fatima's husband. Okay, Fatima's husband died. Okay, so where is Fatima out of all the 3 buttons now? Go from the top to the bottom. So at first button is Fatima's husband seen? No. Skip that button. Go to next button. Button number 2 here. Come to Fatima's button and see if her husband is seen. Yes, he is seen at 8th position over here. So since he's already seen at button number 2 here, you don't need to go to button number 3 and further buttons below. Okay, you'll stop. From the top you came at 2nd position, you found him for the first time. That's it. He is found at button number 2. At which position in that button? At position number 8. So enter 8 here. Click on next. Now app will show you these 3 buttons are entered. It will show you in this order itself. Now button number 4, again you need to go in that order. Start making relations. Start with button number 1 with Zaid's mother, and this is Fatima's husband. This is of Zaid. So what is Zaid's mother to Fatima's husband? Other. So if you go on forming the relations, you will see that first 7 relations, from button number 1 will all be other or deceased. So Zaid's first wife will be mother-in-law for Fatima's husband. So other. Fatima has died. Since she has died, you'll enter deceased itself. Her sister will become other to Fatima's husband. For Zaid's other wife Khalida is also other. Rahmat at 6th position. She has died, so you'll enter deceased itself. And this is Rahima. She is also other. So first 7 relations are formed, and you have entered this in app just like that, in that order itself. Which means now you'll come to button number 2. Skip the first 7 because you have already formed their relations. Go to the 8th position. Who was he? He's Fatima's husband itself who just died. So you'll enter deceased here because he just died. Like this, button number 1 and 2 are complete. You'll come to button 3 now. Since you have already entered 8 positions, skip the first 8 positions. Start from the 9th position. This was of Rahmat. What is Rahmat's maternal half brother going to be? They'll be other for Fatima's husband. So enter other, just like that. And this is also complete. So button number 4, first 10 positions are complete by forming the blood relation in that order itself. Again, I repeat, order has to be maintained. Apart from this now, you need to enter remaining waris. If he had any other remaining waris after forming this blood relations also, you need to enter those. Who was left? Fatima's husband has an elder brother who is still alive. So he has a brother, and again here only the waris needs to be entered. Brother you'll enter. Any non-waris you'll not put other also here. Only the waris needs to be entered. So you entered a brother, and that is 11th position in Fatima's husband's button number 4. So button number 4 is complete. You will click on enter, and then the job is done. Okay. Rest the job is of the app. You don't have to do any calculations. If you enter the relations in this specific order itself, the app will do all the calculations for you, and it will show you we are splitting Zed's property, right? Zed had 2 crore worth house. We are splitting that. So the app will show you that 2 crore needs to be split in how many parts, and out of all the heirs alive in these 4 buttons, how much share which will each of the heir get, how much money will each of the heir get. So what you need to carefully do is understand who are the waris in a button. Enter only waris, do not enter other or deceased there. Then entering successive buttons is basically forming the blood relations in that particular order itself. Okay. And after forming those blood relations, if remaining any other waris is there, only waris, no other, no deceased, only those extra you will add, and that's it. So you need to enter these blood relations properly in there. If you don't enter, if you make even a slight mistake, if the order is swapped at some place, or a slight mistake could cause the app to give wrong answer. Hence, the only job is to be carefully done is to be make the relations properly. And Alhamdulillah Azawajal, all the calculations and the distribution will be done by the app. Okay.
So now I'm here in the app, and this is how the app will look. So you can change the language here as per your convenience. Right now, for the purpose of explanation, I'm taking English. Then scroll down and you'll see this option, Solve Munaaskha. So the first page will show you some money related questions. So total amount left behind by the deceased, remember it was 2 crore rupees. So you'll enter 2 crore. Do not put commas here, the app will give error. Just enter 2 crore. Then amount spent on tajheez or takfin, right now nothing, leave it as it is. Outstanding debts owed by the deceased, nothing, leave it. If the deceased made a will, enter the amount specified, again 0, nothing is mentioned in the masail. Then go to calculate tarka. Now it shows enter the number of butun. It was a 4 button munaaskha, so enter 4 and click on first button. Now this is what I showed you. Here we are right now in button number 1, and if you have written down how we entered the button, or you can go back in the video and see, in the same order I will enter now. So button number 1 of Zaid was mother. If you click on mother, notice mother shows up here, and her position number is also given. Then he had a wife, so you'll search wife is here. See, wife is at position number 2. He had 2 daughters after that, so enter 2 times and you'll see 2 daughters. Then another wife, Khalida, he had, enter Khalida, then 2 daughters again, enter twice, you'll see this. Now before pressing on button complete, always scroll and check that you have entered properly, because if you enter something wrong, there is right now no option to edit, so you'll have to re-enter from button number 1. Hence always just scroll through once and see you have entered properly in proper order. Now this is done, you can click on button complete. See, you cannot enter anything in button 1 and it shows button number 1, these are the waris. Now who had died? Fatima, she was seen in button number 1 for the first time and at position number 3, right here. So you click on next. It will also mark people who have died in red color. So Fatima had died, she was deceased, so she's marked red in color. Next was Fatima's button. We had formed the relations. First it was paternal grandmother, right? So paternal grandmother, corresponding relations are formed here. Mother becomes paternal grandmother for Fatima. Then her first wife was Fatima's mother, so enter mother, right? Now Fatima is deceased. Then her sister. Then it was other, stepmother. Then paternal half sister, right? And then another paternal half sister. First 7 relations were done. Like this only we entered in the paper also, right? And then her husband is alive. Apart from these 7 relations, her husband was alive. That's all. Just scroll to confirm. This is the order we have entered in, right? Button complete. 2 buttons are already entered and it will show you. You can always check whatever you have entered. So this was your button number 2, right? Now who died? Rahmat. She was seen in topmost button that she is seen is button number 1. She was at position number 6. Next. Now her button you need to enter. Remember how we had entered? In that order only you have to enter. First is paternal grandmother, right? First we are forming relations with button number 1. Then other. Then deceased. Then 4th position it was paternal half sister. So you can always see you're forming the relations properly. Then her at 5th position it was her mother. Then 6th position she died, and then 7th position is her sister. So first 7 relations are formed with first button in this way. Then go to button number 2. First 7 are already done. Go to the 8th one. Her husband, Fatima's husband, is other to her. Now 8 relations are all formed from all the above entered buttons. Apart from this, any other waris is left. She had 2 maternal half brother. So maternal half brother, click on it twice and this will be entered, and this is your button number 3. Scroll and confirm that you have entered this in a proper order and correctly. Click on button complete. 3 buttons are already entered here. Next who died? Fatima's husband, who was seen in button number 2 from the top, and he was at position number 8. Click on next. Now again form relations from the first button. First 7 position were all others. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Okay. Notice one more feature. Now I realized that in first button at 3rd position it was supposed to be deceased, but I entered other by mistake, right? So there is this option called remove, which removes the last waris you have entered. So if I click remove, fourth position is gone. Click remove again, 3rd position is gone. And 3rd position was deceased, so I'll enter deceased. Now other, again 6th position deceased and other. So in this way 7 relations are formed, blood relations. Next he just died from second button number 2, you have to go at 8th position. He just died, so click deceased. Next 8 relations are done in button number 3. Start from 9th one. Maternal half brothers are both other for him. And apart from this 10 relations that were formed, he had his own brother. So click on brother. You need to search where is brother. Here, clicked. Yes. So you can scroll and confirm the order is correct. Now when you click button complete, that's it. It will show you here before going to the answer here. First, always it will show you what is the butun you have entered. First, at least once, scroll through all the buttons and confirm, make sure everything you have entered is proper. If you have made a slight mistake here, chances of getting wrong answer are more, and that is not on behalf of the app, it's because whatever is entered was wrong. Hence, once confirm that everything you have entered is correct. If you have entered everything correctly, only then scroll down, and now you can see, alhamdulillah, it says al mablagh 640, which means this 2 crore has to be split in 640 parts. Okay, and button 1, what it is saying is all the waris of button 1, Zaid's waris, how much shares they'll get. Zaid's mother is getting 2 shares, which means so much money. Zaid's wife is first, see, this order is important. You entered mother, and first wife at second position was Amina. Means after mother, the very first wife was Amina. So this is Amina's share, which is 54. In that order only the answer comes. So this is Zainab. Fatima died, then Zainab will get 171 shares. Khalida will get 57 shares. And Rahima will get 170 shares. Button number 2 doesn't have any extra waris. The first 7 positions were already seen in button number 1 and their shares are already given. Apart from that, the only waris that was left in button number 2 was Fatima's husband, who also died. So he also won't get shares, and no one is seen as a waris for the first time in button 2. So button 2 is left blank here. In button number 3, Rahmat, her maternal half brothers were seen for the first time in button number 3, right? So they were the waris of button number 3 and they will get 17 shares. And in button number 4, Fatima's husband's elder brother will get 42 shares.